Well, here we are. I just dropped Zoe off. Figured I'd talk to you a little bit on my way home. What I wanted to talk about today, I wrote an article last night about being broke. And some people don't like that word. Some people don't like when I say that I'm broke. They feel like it's denigrating or whatever, but I feel it describes the situation perfectly. When you get to a point where you don't have money for the essentials and stuff, it's pretty upsetting. It's not a nice thing to deal with on a daily basis, being broke and stuff. Worrying about where the money's gonna come from the next month, worrying about how you're gonna get your bills paid and stuff like that. I was doing pretty good at the beginning of this year, at the end of last year, the beginning of this year, because Medium was making quite a bit of money, but since Medium kind of went in the toilet the last couple months here, I haven't been able to rely on that, so I haven't had that money to help cover the cost of the bills and stuff like that. So it's been a little difficult trying a bunch of different things, but this is not something new for me. If you don't know my story, I've pretty much lived in poverty since I was a little kid. We never really had a lot financially, even when we were kids. I had hand-me-downs from my brother. I remember going to school one year and my brother's shoes, the sole was coming off his shoes, so they duct taped his shoes together and he wore those to the first day of school. I remember eating turkey neck soup and only having oatmeal to eat, and or potatoes. How many different ways can you cook potatoes when all you can afford is a $5 20-pound bag of potatoes? I've had those times in my life. This is not one of those times where I'm so bad off. I mean, I have credit cards that have a little bit of the balance left on them, and I have a little bit of money from contracting and things like that, but it's not so difficult that we're not eating. I mean, we're eating, the kids are happy, everybody's happy, but I see, as the person who pays the bills, I see how bad a shape we're in. I look to next month and I see all the bills coming up next month. I got to pay for this thing. I got to pay for this vehicle and a lot of other bills that are coming up. And I see that it's going to be a tough month to try to get through that. So the thing I think I'm going to do is I'm pretty much at the end of my rope. I need some kind of income coming in. So I'm going to go and start doing either DoorDash or Uber Eats. I haven't decided which one. I'm going to apply to both and see what happens. If you guys have ever done any kind of gig work like that where you did the delivery and stuff, tell me which company's the best out of all of them. I haven't done any of this kind of stuff before. So if you could tell me which one you think is better or any other options I have, like, I have a vehicle and I can deliver medical supplies or whatever. I've heard online that you can deliver medical supplies and make decent money doing that. But that's where I'm at right now. I can work part-time, take my kids to school and stuff like that, and still work and make a little bit of money so that at least the bills are covered. I don't need much. I don't ask for much. I don't ask for expensive toys and all this other stuff. I just want to make sure the bills are paid and my kids and my wife are happy. That's all I care about. It makes life simple when it's kind of that way. So, but I'm getting close to home here. I'll probably finish off this video at the house here. So, but yeah, being broke is no fun. And if you've ever been there, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a terrible thing, but anyway, I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Okay, so it's another day, and today is rainy, and the weather is ass, and not nice for kids going to school, but here we are. It's Friday, the big weekend coming up. For me, it just means more work, but for other people, that means they get to rest. The people with jobs and stuff, they get to rest. But yesterday we were talking about being broke, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about it. There's not a lot to say about it. I mean, the bottom line is it sucks. And it sucks, yes, but the thing I realize is that it's not going to last forever. Right now, the job market is rough. They're not hiring older people. Everybody's having trouble getting jobs. But I know that if I keep doing the things I'm doing, like building my brand and my business and doing the things online that I'm doing right now, that eventually it'll pay off. My business will start paying off. And when it does, we can look back on this time and say, hey, it was tough, but the reason we are the people that we are today is because of those tough times. And how we got through those tough times says a lot about what kind of people we are. So, I mean, yeah, it's rough. It's rough not being able to pay the bills and stuff. It's rough having to borrow from your family, and it's not a great time, but there's glimmers of hope. My writing on Medium. Medium could turn around any day now. The algorithm could change again and go back to the way it was in December, where I was making really good money. My communities could take off. Other things could take off. And my brand could start gaining traction, and people want to start hiring me for coaching and different things like that. It's just a matter of, I'm on the cusp. I feel like I'm on the cusp of something great, and it's just going to take some momentum to get up over that last little hump of being broke. And we can look back on these days with fondness and say, hey, these are the days in the crucible where we fired who we are today, and now we're completely different people. But being broke will get you philosophical, like I'm feeling kind of philosophical now. It'll do that when you have a lot of time to think, and when you oftentimes think about your problems more than anything else. You have time to think about, hey, which direction is my life going in? Which way is my life going to go from here? Is it going to go up, or is it going to continue to go down? You try not to worry too much, because above all, the thing about it is I have a wonderful family. I have a beautiful wife who loves me. I have 2 children living with me that adore me, and I adore them. I have 3 grown boys who I'm just so proud of them. I couldn't imagine being more proud of 3 people more in my life. I got my mom and dad still in my life, even though they're really old. They're in my life, and they're able to help me with advice and everything. So it's great. My life is great. The homeless guy right here on the road here, and I don't have any change for him, but I didn't bring any money with me. But there's a homeless guy on the road, and I think if not for a lot of good people, that could be me, that could be us. We could be the ones on the street. And it's happened to a lot of good people. And I don't want it to happen to me, but then again, I have a support system around me that would ensure that doesn't happen to us. Where we're at, I think, is the lowest point we're going to go. Everything is up from here. And I'm happy about that. I can smile. I can have hope for the future. So here I am. I'm turning into my street here. So I better shut this down. See you later.